How's everyone doing? Welcome to the final episode of After the After Hours with your boy TraderPrad. The final day of this week is tomorrow going to be a free fall Friday. Now get ready for tomorrow. Powell going on the microphone. Powell going on the microphone again. Get ready for tomorrow. So I do have a watch list ready, but if you guys are ready, hit that like and subscribe. Hit that like and subscribe. Thank you guys for all the love. Thank you guys for all the support. This is your boy TraderPrad. TraderPrad. But if you guys are ready for this show to get started, why don't we dive into the full screen and hit that like and subscribe. My mic was not muted. Yo, how's everyone doing? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Why is the camera so dark today? Am I tripping? Or is the camera a little extra dark? Hold on, let me try to mess with the settings real quick. Camera feels extra dark today. No, all the settings seem right. Maybe the lights are just not busted today. Anyways, how are we feeling, ladies and gentlemen? How was your day? How did you do today on the market? The market clearly wasn't that hot unless you're a short seller, right? Unless you're a bear, the market wasn't that hot. We got a slew of earnings today after hours. So many names that we kind of don't even have time to do the intro, to say hello to people, to chit chat a little bit. And obviously in that little slew of earnings reports, I'm just trying to open Benzinga here on my second screen. In that slew of earnings reports, we had the biggest earnings report that the whole world was on standstill. People across the world were hosting watch parties for this one company. People were renting out bars and going to bars to drink alcohol to watch their portfolios burn. So shout out to this one company that everyone had their hopes into, and sadly everyone got their hope crushed. Everyone got their hopes crushed. I mean, company brought in, we're not gonna say what this company's name is just yet. I want that surprise to be in there, right? I'm pretty sure you guys know already, but this company brought in $30 billion of revenue in one quarter. You guys understand the numbers here? $30 billion in a quarter. Guys, let me say that again. $30 billion in one quarter. Okay? And still went down 7%. That's the beauty of the market right now we're in, baby. That's the beauty of this market. A couple other stocks did report too, and they started going higher. They moved around a little bit. The point is, we got so many names to keep an eye on tomorrow that we simply will run out of chart space. We will run out of chart space. There's going to be too many names on watch tomorrow, and we're gonna have to do our best job to pick and choose the best opportunities and kind of just throw the shitty opportunities to the dirt, to the side, and not even bother about them. Names like maybe Best Buy that reports tomorrow. Names like maybe Dollar General that reports tomorrow. We are going to take a look at them. Don't get me wrong, but we might just have to shove those names to the side and make room for the bigger names that I've kind of reported today after hours, or even some of the names that have been moving around for the last few days. For example, SMCI, that's a big mover today. We're gonna talk about that one for sure, without a doubt. Let me make sure to see if SMCI is even in my goddamn watch list to begin with. It is. So we're gonna take a look at SMCI and a bunch of other names over there across the board and see how we can potentially make the sweet cheddar cheese, that sweet dollar bills, y'all. Cash rules everything around us, right? So how can we make that sweet cheddar cheese? Before we do, as I always like to do, I like to take a look at who's all in the chat. We got TH on the YouTube side, we got Dieter, Oliver on the Stonk side. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you guys all had a wonderful day. I already know Oliver had a great day today on NVDA options, and Oliver smoking it. No need of copium at all, or I'll stop making fun of you. It feels bad losing money, and I'm just over here kicking somebody who's already down, pouring salt into their wounds. So that was rude. That was rude. I'm sorry, Oliver. You know I love you, brother. But yeah, man. NVIDIA, what a downfall on that one. First initial reaction to the upside, then goes back to the downside. So much to dive into. So why don't we just go to the full screen and get the party started, boys and girls. Let's get the party started. So here's the NVIDIA chart. Today's move, not that significant, down 2%, market flush. But here's the move that we care about, the after hour drop, taking us back below the 117 area, which I thought, you know, the stock would actually hold above. I guess we did technically hold above 117 in the after hour here, but we did drop slightly below 115 multiple times, showing you that there's an active buyer somewhere into 115 down over here on NVIDIA. So shout out to NVIDIA today for giving us some opportunities in the after hours. Hopefully it gives us some opportunity tomorrow to make some money during the regular trading hours. Along with NVIDIA, we got names that reported today, such as where's my thing, earnings board, such as CrowdStrike, Salesforce, Affirm, and so on. The best earnings calendar you'll ever see. Shout out to stonks.com. Make sure you... Why is there a repetition of SJM? Anyways, best. One says 7 a.m. The other one says 8 a.m. Obviously, you guys get your data from Benzinga, so this is probably Benzinga's fault, which makes 100% sense. Benzinga has known to mess up a lot of times before, so that makes a lot of sense. Anyways, the number one, the best, honestly, the only reason you need to even make a stonks.com account, just because you can simply click on the stock name and get its earnings call. You get the earnings call with the earnings transcript live in front of you, and you can just sit there, listen to the earnings call right when it comes out. For example, it says Noah Holding live. This is live right now.
Thank you. And good morning or evening to everyone. Our domestic business model has undergone significant restructuring lately, including the morning or Thank you. And good morning or evening to everyone. Our domestic business model has undergone significant restructuring lately, including the
Am I tripping? Am I tripping? How does this have the transcript for something that's live? I guess it's creating transcript as we're going live. See live.
Second quarter results.
There you go.
Them into domestic and international segments, followed by an overview of our growth strategies for both. Domestically, we have been adjusting our client.
Yo, how is this creating the transcript before they even said the words?
Additional restructuring in recent years to comply with the evolving regulatory requirements, including dividing.
Are you actually, maybe this is what they're doing. They're getting the recording first, they're transcribing it, and then they're playing the recording along with the transcript. So there's a little bit of a delay from the live call to what you hear, but still, that capability itself, I mean, for you to find Noah Holdings earnings call to begin with, you have to first go Noah Holdings website, sign up to their investor relationships, create an account, give them your information, and then you maybe get a lucky chance to find the goddamn play button link. Instead, you know, stonks.com does it all by itself over. It's sub 10-second delay. So there's, yeah, there you go. That makes a lot of sense. So there's about a 10-second delay, sub 10-second delay on the earnings call, which is honestly not even that significant. You get to listen to the earnings call. You get a nice little AI transcript as they're saying their words out loud. The AI is actually transcribing the words for you, so you can read along with it, and you can also see previous earnings reports if you know ever for example, Trade Ideas only shows you well, I guess it shows you previous earnings reports too. If you just kind of go out on the daily chart, you can just kind of click on that. But look at this, you can also hear the previous earnings call. You can look at the expected and the revenue and everything else for that company instantly on the very same website right here. EPS, revenue, it shows you all in nice little graphics. I mean, what more do you need? What other reason do you need to make a Stonks account other than this? So go create a stonks.com account. Today, I actually won, where is it? I actually won $30 on the NVDA game. I know I didn't win much because there's people who won 1,200, 625, 375, $250. I know I didn't win a lot, but I won $30 today on my predictions. Overall, if you actually go through it, I actually won 80 cents like 30 times. That's how I won $30 today. Out of my 150 predictions, out of about 30 of them came to fruition, and all of them that came to fruition ended up giving me about 87 cents in total. All of them adding up, I got paid about $30 today. I'll take it. $30 for doing absolutely nothing. That's $30 you could have made by doing absolutely nothing, by doing what I did. Actually, if you did what I did, I think both of us would have probably gotten paid even more or less money, but hey, you could have done that and we both would have gotten paid. So opportunities were there for you to make money out of a price pool of $10,000 today. Tomorrow the price pool is $1,000 and the game is on Dell. So obviously we'll be making some predictions on Dell. I'm gonna actually log in to Options AI over here real quick and make the prediction right now, because the sooner you make the prediction, the better opportunity you have to win a higher amount of money, because it's based on time. Whoever makes the best prediction earliest, holy shit, I almost screwed that up. Whoever makes the best prediction earliest will make the most money. All right, Dell. That's not Dell. Dell. Your expected move is 11.6%. Either a move to 124.51 or a move down to 98.61. My manager actually mentioned that these ranges are usually kind of the extreme ranges. What the fuck is going on? Anyways, that usually these ranges are actually kind of the extreme ranges. So if that's the case, I maybe wanna, let me just take a quick screenshot before it logs me out again, because I'm probably logged into my work computer. Take a screenshot, that way we don't have to worry about goddamn logging out and logging in every 2 goddamn seconds. Let me open the screenshot, open in browser, delete this picture from my friend's DM, so that way he doesn't know what the hell we're talking about. He just gets a random DM and the DM gets deleted. He's confused out of his mind right now. He's like, what the fuck just happened there? Anyways, looking to make a bet here. I'm gonna make a little bit of a lower bet, somewhere around $122. And then I'm gonna make around $100. But I'm also going to just follow everything blindly that this website says. 124.51 because it hasn't failed me yet. I've been winning money every single day. 98.61, make prediction. Bang, my 4 predictions are locked in, and then I'll lock in more predictions tomorrow right before the betting time closes, just to kind of make sure that I'm covering the whole variance of the stocks move if there was to be one. All right, anyways, here's the earnings calendar for tomorrow. Stocks like NVDA, CrowdStrike, Salesforce, Affirm, Okta, Pure Storage, HPQ. And then tomorrow pre-market, we got Best Buy, Dollar General, American Eagle Outfitters, Burlington, Birkenstock. So a lot of names over here just purely from the earnings board calendar. And if we take more from the earnings board calendar, we got Abercrombie & Finch, Chewy, Foot Locker, Box, Sentinel One, Pinduoduo. So our watch list for tomorrow is absolutely humongous, long ass watch list. Hopefully we get enough time to actually go through some of the main names being the ones that reported earnings. So we're gonna start off with the most hyped up name out there in the market. I mean, what do you guys think about today's thumbnail? You guys probably love today's thumbnail. For those of you who don't know where today's thumbnail comes from, it is the day that Jensen Huang signed my boobs. He signed my boobs, and you know, that was basically the top of NVIDIA. Maybe Jensen shouldn't have signed my boob and you know, and put the top in NVIDIA, but sorry Jensen, you signed it. Booba. Jensen Huang boob sign. So that was the day that the market for NVIDIA basically topped out. Look at this guy's face. This guy's face says it all. This guy's face says it all. Hilarious. So this was the day that basically NVIDIA topped out, never again went back to the same price again on NVIDIA. Shout out to this girl, shout out to Jensen. However, man, that report did not have a single piece of negativity in it, but market did not like whatever that they did not like from it. So let's go take a look at the report, see if we can find out why the market dumped said position. And NVIDIA CEO said Blackwell will, okay, that was the okay, will ship out in the billions of dollars by the end of this year. Oh damn. Demand for Hopper is really strong. What is Hopper? Is that another card that they're coming out with? CFO said revenue from nations building AI applications expected to reach low double-digit billions in the fiscal 2025. Went deeply into generative AI because it's a fundamental new way of doing software. That's a horrible way to put a sentence. Who the fuck typed that? NVIDIA Q2 gross margin negatively impacted by inventory provisions for the low-yielding Blackwell material and may continue to be impacted in the future, says the conference call. Okay, NVIDIA lead semiconductor stocks lower following Q2 earning. Here's what you need to know. Obviously, we're gonna read that, and here's a bunch of other numbers and data. Okay, so what do we need to know? Here's a look at the biggest movers in the chip sector on Wednesday. AMD down 2.7%, Micron down 3%, Supermicro down 19%, Taiwan Semiconductors down 0.79%, Intel down 2.29%, Marvell down 1.18%. What happened with NVIDIA? After the market closed on Wednesday, NVIDIA reported second quarter revenue of $30 billion, beating estimates of $28.68 billion. The leading AI chip maker reported adjusted earnings of 68 cents per share, beating analyst estimates to 64 cents per share. Hopper demand remains strong. What is Hopper again? Anticipations for the Blackwell is incredible. NVIDIA achieved record revenues as global data centers are in full throttle to modernize the entire computing stack with accelerated computing and generative AI. Expects third quarter revenue to be between $32.5 billion plus or minus 2% versus estimates of $31.77 billion, so above estimates. The company anticipates gross margin of 74.4% and adjusted gross margin of 75% in the third quarter. The company's board also approved an additional $50 billion in share repurchase program. The additional buyback approval does not have an expiration date. Okay, that's crazy. And obviously some of the conference calls coming in and conference call meetings. Here's some of the comments from the conference call. They are talking about generative AI, talking about how nations building AIs, budgets will technically be going up, and most of that budget will be funneling into NVIDIA. They're talking about how their latest AI chip that they've been creating that got halted will eventually be made again and will ship out by the end of the year in billions of dollars. So that's going to be more money coming in most likely for NVIDIA. How much was this growth year to year? Can we see that real quick? So year to year growth in revenue, 122%. In EPS, 152%. Data center, 154% growth. Gaming and AI, 15% growth on that. What is Prof Wiz? 18.42%, and auto 40% growth across the board. And even then, the stock got absolutely pummeled. Even then, the stock got absolutely pummeled to the downside. I mean, I guess at this point, the story is for NVIDIA. You know, the point for NVIDIA really comes down to, is it even, like, for example, can it be sustained? Can this growth level be sustained? Eventually, you would think companies like AMD, ooh, we're on the right side. Let me quickly go to the left side. You would think that companies like AMD would come in and battle NVIDIA eventually. They're not there yet, obviously. They recently purchased the AI company. That should give them a little bit of an added benefit to compete with NVIDIA. But at the moment, NVIDIA is obviously the supreme king. It's the king in the field. It was also the king in the field when cryptocurrencies mining was a big thing, right? People use NVIDIA graphics cards, they mined cryptocurrencies, and then they were able to sell the graphics cards for a profit. That was an insane business that it was going on back in the day. People were buying graphics cards, mining bitcoins with it, and then selling the graphics cards for either break even or for profit, while they were generating profit. Now you're kind of getting into that same field again, where companies are probably buying these graphics cards, creating AI and everything. Graphics card prices go up again, and then eventually when they are getting ready to dump these graphics cards, they'll probably be able to make profits again. So NVIDIA has been kind of the supreme king out there for graphics cards in general, but AMD did come in and disrupt the space a little bit. AMD could do that very well again. So I guess that's the fear over here for the semiconductor names, for NVIDIA mainly, that this growth cannot be sustained. And even if it can, how long can they really sustain it? It's sad to see the company get, sold off with such a good report, but those are the variables that we have to play with. Something that I always say, we are, or at least I am, a day trader. I'm not an investor. I'm not a swing trader. I'm a day trader. Only thing that matters to me is price action. And what does the price action tell me over here today? That we got sold off. However, if I was to bring in my bias a little bit, I am looking mainly for the long opportunities. The report wasn't that bad. We also didn't sell off drastically, only down 6% on NVIDIA. I could easily see NVIDIA going back to today's lows and kind of closing around today's lows tomorrow, either on the weak side or on the bullish side. So for the most part, Oliver got wrecked. He just lost 254 points. Everyone, rest in peace to Oliver's 254 points. Let me double mine. Nope, rest in peace to mine also. Rest in peace to my points also. And it's gone. It's gone. All right. Rest in peace to our points. We'll sing it an obituary after. But overall, NVIDIA, I am ideally looking for longs. I'm ideally looking for longs. And then if we keep going higher and higher, you could look to maybe play short because the price action clearly screams bearish at the moment. Or you can just stay away from the game if you want to and go focus on some of the other more fun names that have been, oh my God. Murthy, are you here right now, Murthy? Should play the South Park and is gone. I tried to download that in green screen, but they didn't have it in green screen. What I can do, I think, is download it and turn it into green screen myself. I'll try to turn it into green screen myself. I think I know how to do it. I can use DaVinci Resolve to do it, and I kind of forgot how to do it, I'll be honest with you. But I can YouTube how to do it, and I'll see if I can do it. Alpha Exchange also lost some money. Another coffin dance for Alpha Exchange, please. Coffin dance, rest in peace. Lord, rest in peace to his points. Okay, CrowdStrike. So obviously NVIDIA, mainly looking for longs. I know it got clapped. It got clapped. The idea is as long as NVIDIA stays above 155, oh sorry, 115, almost at 155. Above 115, I think we can continue to look long. But if it's getting sold below 115, you should be careful looking long. Right now, the earnings anchored VWAP is at around $119.50, around $120. So we'll see how the stock reacts on any pops into that area. The next stock, we're gonna head over to that reported earnings that we just took a look at. CrowdStrike. Murthy wanted CrowdStrike to go up by 10%. Looks like it was gonna do that, but then it just reversed back down. I'm guessing because the market flushed, because NVIDIA flushed, and the S&P 500 flushed along with NVIDIA. QQQ flushed along with NVIDIA. So NVIDIA obviously being the glue that holds the market together, and when that glue dries out and the adhesive stickiness is no longer having a strong bond with the surface that you're sticking it with, obviously the glue is gonna, you know, unravel, and whatever that was stuck to it is gonna fall to the ground with gravity's pulling upon it. So gravity pulling the glue off, which is NVIDIA, and everything else that's stuck to that glue is falling down with it, with the gravitational force that we got from that stock. So QQQ pulling down, S&P 5 pulling down, and CrowdStrike coming along with it, even with a good report, or at least what I thought was a good report. Let's go dive into said report. Benzinga. CrowdStrike reporting second quarter revenue $963.9 million, beating estimates of $958 million. The cybersecurity company reported EPS of 1.04 versus estimates of 97 cents. Total revenue up 32% year to year. Annual recurring revenue increased by 32% year to year. Okay, that's basically saying the same thing again and again. Good job, Benzinga. ALA, what is this? After the company added $217 million in average recurring revenue in the second quarter. Not bad. Net cash generated from the operations was about $326 million, and free cash flow came in around $272 million. The company ended the quarter with $4.4 billion in cash. Working with customers to recover the July 19th incident, we emerge as an even more resilient and even more customer obsessed CrowdStrike, continuing to aggressively invest in innovation. Our second quarter demonstrates the resilience of our business and platform with log scale, next gen SEIM, identity protection, cloud security eclipsing $1 billion in the combined ending average recurring revenue, says the CEO. In response to the rising point product complexity and an elevated threat environment, organizations are increasingly focused on consolidating their cybersecurity vendors into a streamlined platform that delivers better security outcomes with which is CrowdStrike Falcon. Jesus Christ. Our vision and mission of stopping breaches remains unchanged. What's next? CrowdStrike expects third quarter revenue to be in the range of 979 to 984. Okay, versus 1.01, so guiding a little bit lower. The company anticipates third quarter adjusted earnings of 80 cents to 81 cents versus 96. So missing EPS and missing revenue could be the story over here for CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike sees fiscal year 2025 revenue in 3.8 to 3.9 billion versus estimates of 3.95, also missing that, and expects full year EPS to be between 3.6 to 3.65 versus estimates of 3.88, also missing that. So yeah, they're growing 32%, but what they are not telling you right now is a lot of companies have been pulling away from CrowdStrike, and that is what I am anticipating is bringing down their outlook. Their outlook doesn't look as good, right? Clearly they're guiding lower than the expectations, and this is probably because some of the companies pulled back away from CrowdStrike. Obviously, you're not going to see the July's damage in this earnings report. You might see July's damage in the next earnings report or the one after that. So until then, we don't really know what's going on. And if these are the numbers that they're expecting and we're clearly missing estimates, that's probably because they have already had some companies sign away from them, you know, move away from CrowdStrike, maybe to Palo Alto, maybe to Cloudflare, which is Net. So a bunch of companies probably doing that, and that will be the main story for CrowdStrike. So this makes a lot more sense now. Yeah, they reported well. Yeah, they're growing 32% year to year, but that July pain might not still be out of the picture for them. People don't forget so easily. I know Murthy is very bullish about CrowdStrike, and I personally don't feel that bullish about this company. I'm in the realm of fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, you know, shame on you. Fool me 3 times, a fool can't be fooled again. So you fucked up once big time. I'm not even gonna give you an opportunity to fuck up the second time. I'm done. I'm out. I'm pulling out. My pullout game too strong. I'm running away from you, and I'm finding a competitor who offers a similar product or an equal product, because clearly you guys are stupid. You guys are stupid. You guys brick the whole world. That's my opinion on it. I could be wrong. Whatever. I'm just one strike and you're out. CrowdStrike, one strike, you're out. However, that might not be the same sentiment, same thesis, same idea for companies, for the world out there. Some of the biggest names out there probably depend on CrowdStrike to the level so much that they can't even scale back from them, and that will keep CrowdStrike still alone. I don't think CrowdStrike is going to zero, but I also don't think CrowdStrike is a winning gamble to bet on. It's not a winning horse. It's not the silver horse at the racetrack. As soon as you see a silver horse, you bet on it. You bet on the silver horse. They are statistically, they win more, right? This is not the silver horse, in my opinion, that you bet on to win the race. However, I could be wrong. I've been wrong on it multiple times. The price action on CrowdStrike is in my favor, so I'm looking to lean on my thesis a lot more tomorrow off the open. So CrowdStrike, without a doubt, on the watch. Missing EPS for the future, missing revenue estimates for the future, and basically watching how every pop on CrowdStrike reacts. Currently, we have the earnings anchored VWAP a lot higher than where the stock is. Earnings anchored VWAP almost around today's high, around $270. So if by any chance the stock goes to 280, 270 and starts rejecting around there, I would like to look for a short, but ideally the stock should not even reclaim this little area. Today's low, yesterday's low, last week's low, last year's high. So this whole area from 260 to 262, the stock should not even trade above that. If we're trading above 260 to 262 area, then there is an easy chance for this stock, in my opinion, to go all the way up to that 268 where the earnings anchored VWAP is, maybe even up to 270, and just kind of be stuck in today's range, at which point I'm kind of turned off on it. I don't like to trade stocks when they're stuck in yesterday's ranges. That's just an inside day, boring inside day, especially when you report earnings. You reported earnings and you're stuck in the day before's range. That's super lame. That's boring. So if we're stuck in yesterday's range, I am so ready to drop CrowdStrike from my watch list priority and move on to something that's actually moving around and has some volatility behind it, most likely like NVDA. So watching 260 to 262. If this area breaks and we actually make a move to the earnings anchored VWAP of 268.50, I'll be watching that area also from 268.50 to 270. But after that, I'm just not interested really to look for the short, because the stock could go up to 280 if the bullish power is in there. You could long if it's holding above 270, but I'm not looking long on this stock. I'm very bearish on this position. Next one, CRM. Let's head over to CRM. Salesforce reported, didn't even bring in the Benzinga screen. Let's bring in the Benzinga. For those of you interested in this awesome tools over here that I use mainly on stream to read earnings reports for you guys. If you're watching me in the morning, you see me using Benzinga for the scanning charts, scanning abilities that they have over here. You will be able to find some of the hottest names, some of the hottest movers with the powerful capabilities that Benzinga has all for a very cheap price if you use my link below in the description. Go check it out. For now, however, you get to use it for free by watching me. So shout out to CRM, shout out to Benzinga, sorry, for helping us take a look at the earnings report. CRM reported second quarter revenue 9.3 billion, beating estimates of 9.2 billion. Awesome. Enterprise Cloud Solutions Company reported EPS of 2.56 per share, beating estimates of 2.36. Not bad at all. Total revenue up 8% on a year-to-year basis, or operating margin came in at 19.1, and non-GAAP operating margin was 33.7. Cash flow from operations was up 10% year over year, and free cash flow was up 20%. The company ended the quarter with remaining performance obligations of $26.5 billion, up 10% year over year. In Q2, we delivered strong performance across revenue, cash flow, margins, and CRPO. Anyone know what CRPO is? And raised our fiscal year non-GAAP operating margins and cash flow guidances. Okay, I kind of just want to care about the outlook, so let me go take a look at the outlook. Salesforce issued guidance for the third quarter revenue of 9.31 billion to 9.36 billion. The company anticipates the third quarter adjusted being 2.42 to 2.44. Full year coming in 3.77 to 338. Outlook coming into 10 to 10.11. Okay, so we don't see the estimates, but these are the outlooks, and based on reading this little sentence right here, looks like they actually upped their guidance for the future. So overall, all things positive. It would be nice to actually see the outlook for the estimates for the future outlook, but we don't get that. We're not lucky enough to see that on CrowdStrike, sorry, on CRM apparently. But this move, very bullish compared to what we saw on CrowdStrike, on NVDA. So shout out to CRM over here to not get clapped along with the whole market, along with NVIDIA. And wow, look at that level on the daily chart on CRM. Beautiful daily chart level, breaking out above that and finding some buying above that. That is exactly what you want to see on stocks like this. Look at that 267 area. We're now above it. We are kind of playing above a lot of the technical levels. We're above today's high. We're above yesterday's high. We're above last week's high. We're above last month's high. And you can see how in the after hours, we actually find buying above last month's high and manage to curl back up a little bit more north side and managing to stay and close in the after hours above last year's high. Okay, so a lot of levels over here were reclaimed and used as supports on CRM. The price action screams nothing but clean like a whistle. I can't do a loud whistle, but clean like a whistle, baby, right? So like a glove, right? Like a glove. So at this point, on any pullbacks into this beautiful monster level around 267.50, around 267, if CRM can show us buying above this area, or even into that after hour low that we just saw that got bought up. What was that price? Last month's low, 266. So even if we dip into 266 and find some buying above 266, that's still a good long opportunity. That's exactly where the earnings anchored VWAP is also. So I'm just gonna mark in 266 to 267 over here on CRM to keep an eye on. I'm just gonna mark also these three stocks in a different color, just so I know in the morning what is my priority. My priorita. New emote. Yeah, we saw the Pedro emote. The Pedro Pay. Now I have to listen to it. God damn. She's 12, dude.
Do I really have to do this?
Of course, Mike's muted. God damn it. I said I probably can't say the animal's name out loud because the animal's name is almost a slur, or not almost. It is a slur now. So I don't know if you can say that word out loud these days and not get canceled. And I like my future path over here on stongs.com very much to risk that. But that animal is so cute. That little baby animal in that picture is so cute. The baby raw. And also Victoria's in the house. What's up, Victoria? How you doing? How you doing, Victoria? Hopefully you had a great day on the markets. On the markets. Talking about the market, let's head over to the next stock, which is AFRM. Oh my god, not this shit again, bro. Not this shit again. Oh, wrong button. Here we go. Affirm. Affirm stock rallies after strong Q4 earnings, upbeat Q1 guidance. What to know? Let's take a look at it. Affirm reported loss of 14 cents per share, beating estimates of a loss of 51 cents per share. That's a 72.5% beat on EPS. Quarterly revenue coming in at $659 million, beating estimates by 9.17%, representing a 47.82% increase from the same period last year. I guess people are using buy now, pay never later. But the question is, will they actually pay or will they never pay later? It looks like GMV grew by more than 30% and revenue grew by more than 40%. Not sure what that is. Transactions on the Affirm network grew by 42% year to year. Transactions per active consumer reached 4.9 in the fourth quarter, with consumers' transactions quarterly or more often accounting to approximately 40% of all Affirm transactions in the fiscal year. Affirm's network had over 300,000 integrated active merchants and at the end of fiscal 2024 year. Okay. Affirm sees first quarter revenue in the range of 640 to 670 versus estimates of, okay, not bad. No EPS estimates though. Looks like Affirm's actually making a little bit of a rebound over here. I mean, they're still losing money, don't get me wrong. The company makes no profits. Zilch. Zero money being made on the books, right? They're still broke. Broke boy. I should know about being a broke boy. I'm a broke boy myself. But, you know, broke boy, you make no money and you have no forward PE. That's how bad you look. You don't even have a forward PE. But at least, instead of losing 50 cents per share, you are now only losing 12 cents per share. Was it 12? 14 cents per share. So that's a good reversal, kind of a good reversal. Affirm also had this trend that it was consistently holding above 28, above 30. Obviously with the August lows we kind of cracked down and then eventually moved back up with the market. We didn't actually go all the way back down like some of the stocks did, but here's Affirm now using its report rallying back to the north side. So this oh wow, we actually moved all the way back into that white line that I had mapped out on the daily chart, and the white line comes from all the way over here around $38. So that's a pretty big pop. You can see how Affirm has had a lot of issues here previously at 39. Fuck off, man. God damn it. You know what, chat? Give me a second. Give me a second. Now fuck off. Stop annoying me now. Alright, Affirm. Let's see if Affirm can find some barriers here. You can see how much of trouble the stock has had going into $39, $40. A lot of trouble. Do we really expect Affirm to make a rally all the way back to $50 and so on without actually showing any actual money being made on the company? I don't think so. The report's not negative. Don't get me wrong. How much did we grow year to year? 47% growth year to year on revenue. Amazing. For a growth company, seeing growth in the double digits, not only in the double digits, but in the high double digits, is always a good thing. So they are growing. They're losing less money. Eventually they'll be profitable. They're on the trajectory to be back up into the north side, like how Palantir, Uber, and everybody elsewhere. Uber wasn't making money, Palantir wasn't making money back in the day, so they struggled being a growth company. They struggled, and then eventually they started growing, so this company started going back higher. That growth brought in profit, so the company started going even higher. For example, Palantir was almost at 32, 33 bucks a couple weeks ago. Now obviously with the market weakness, Palantir back below 30 bucks, but that's the idea. So growth company bringing in growth, a firm showing you good things that you want to see if you're an investor in a firm. However, as a day trader, I think this move was too much too quick and cannot be sustained as a day trade. So looking to mainly short the failure to hold above 39, looking to short the failure to hold above 40. And if the stock is showing you buying above 40, then there's almost no shorts at that point. You simply walk away from the short thesis. There's no more shorts if the stock is actually holding above 39, above 40. Buyers are able to come in and hold and defend the stock because they think the stock belongs much higher. They think that the stock will actually turn profits very soon, and they think this value for this company is not accurate. The value for the company is where the IPO range is in the $120, right? If that's what they think, then they should be aggressively buying $40. So if they're aggressively buying 40, then I step back from the short idea. If they're not aggressively buying 40 and they're failing to hold 40 on the bids, that's where I step in looking for the short. Get all those drawings out of my face. Okta, oh baby, Okta got destroyed, rejected beautifully off the last year's high, kind of settling into the after hour low here, whatever that after hour low is, around $86.80. Monster rejection. Looks like a positive earnings report. Not really going to dive into the last three stocks over here for their earnings report. We read the reports for the four main stocks that we wanted to. The rest of them are just going to be price action based for me. I'm just being lazy. I'll stop being lazy. All right, let's go quickly take a look at Okta. $0.72 per share, beating estimates of 61 cents per share. Revenue $647 million, beating estimates, growing 16% year to year. Subscription revenue growing 17% year to year. Remaining obligations coming in at an increase of a 16%. Current remaining obligations grew by 13%. Outlook sees EPS between 57 and 58 versus estimates of 55. And this is why I don't read the goddamn earnings report. Now I'm bullish. You know, they're growing on everything. Across the board, they're growing, but the market just decided to flush it. Now I'm bullish, right? This is why I say price action is king. Company expects fiscal year 2025 earnings to be between 2.58 to 2.63 versus 2.42. Earnings between 2.555 to 2.565 versus 2.54. So beating EPS and earnings for both full year and the next quarter. Showing growth across the board for this current quarter. All things looking good over here for Okta. Did I even bring in the report for you guys? I probably didn't. But showing growth across the board for Okta. But wow. Nothing to show for. So price action, like I said multiple times today, is king. You have a range from $90, which is last month's low. That's actually $91. So $91 all the way up to $92.50, where the stock should technically find resistance based on this after hour action. But if we're able to hold above $92.50, there's no more shorts. There's simply no shorts on this position if we're able to hold above $92.50. So I'm going to watch from 90 to $92.50 to see how the stock reacts on pops. And if we're not able to find buyers in this pocket of area and we dip back under 91 off the open, for example, we are after hours or pre-market here. Off the open, we go like this, we come back and we hold. That is a long over there. But in pre-market, we go here, we pop up off the open and we start going back down. That is a short. On any pops, that is a short. So that's the opportunity that I would really want to look for based on the after hour action. But reading the earnings report, you could easily have a completely different bias, right? You could have a very easy different bias, and that's why you want to make sure that you're not shorting above 92.50. There's simply no shorts above 92.50. The stock could easily close the gap into today's low around $95, $96 and then reject from there. You don't want to hold the position $3, $4, $5 against you, do you? So be careful if you are looking to short above 92.50. I personally wouldn't. Pure Storage. Oh my goodness, there's so many names tomorrow. So many names, not enough chart space, not enough mental capacity to handle all of these movers and all of these trades. Wow, wee wah. So yeah, I mean, that's crazy. Pure storage company moving to the downside. Computer peripherals. I thought Pure Storage was electronic technology computer peripherals. Who the fuck writes these? Who writes these? Pure Storage is not that. Wait, it is. What am I thinking about? What? I guess whoever wrote that is a smart guy. He's a very smart guy. Yeah, he's a pretty smart guy. Yeah, he's a pretty smart guy. What am I getting confused with? Public storage. Public storage. That's what I'm getting confused by. They have the same coloring. They have the same logo almost. This is what I'm getting confused by. Public storage. There we go. Wow, that one was a little confusing. Let's go see who's on stonks.com. Is Free Advice Guy playing Valorant still? 14 viewers. That's so sad. How do I grow my channel, chat? Somebody's got the answers to how to grow channels. Hook me up. I need to grow my channel. I need to grow this channel 10 times bigger, okay? Otherwise, my giveaway prize pools are gonna stay small. For example, Hot Trade's prize pool today was 200 bucks. That was lit. However, what was not lit is me not winning a single dollar. I swear Olivier has it coded in the system, bro. This guy has it coded in the damn system to make sure I don't win. I swear to God. I swear to God. Okay. Pure Storage. Looks like Pure Storage earnings anchored VWAP is coming in around $52. I would expect $52 to be the first area of resistance. Above 52, we have the last month's low, 55.30. I would expect if we do get a pop into 55.30, that would be a way better short. I am actually not going to bother to read the report on this one because this could very easily have a bullish report. But what matters to me is this price action. That price action is very, very weak. We are all the way back down to $49.80. That is exactly the August lows, right? Exactly the August lows. And you can see right around the August lows, we got some more levels where the stock has previously found support into, all the way around 49, 47.50. So we got a bunch of levels here where the stock can technically find support. And if it doesn't find support all the way down to 47.50, that opens up much bigger room for the swing traders, for the long-term short sellers and everybody. So I personally don't think we go below 47.50 tomorrow. But if the stock wants to head over all the way down there to test the buyers, you have a good opportunity to look for the long or look for the short past that for an even bigger move. I personally don't think we should go much lower than that. If we go down over here to 47.50, I will gladly look for a long. And if we pop into 52 or even 55, I will gladly look for a short. Here's Olivier coming in, telling me that yes, it is indeed hashtag rigged. You don't need to tell me that. I already knew it. I already fucking knew that. I'm actually going to tell Murthy tomorrow when I have a call with them. I'm going to tell Murthy that, you know, Oliver rigged my account. Can you unrig it? Can you unrig my account, Murthy? Okay. HPQ did no volume in the after hours, but it did dump a little bit. Some negative report looks like they did miss on EPS. Not a high priority name for tomorrow. Did we go all the way back to 31.50? Not really, but almost back to 31.50. I think we can easily go back to 31.50. Not a high priority for tomorrow like any of these other names will be. Best Buy, not a high priority for me tomorrow, but I'll be watching it. It reports in the pre-market. Dollar General also will be reporting tomorrow in the pre-market, along with AEO, along with Burlington, along with Birkenstock. So a bunch of names reporting tomorrow. Gotta keep a watch on them, but the priority for the ones that report pre-market are going to be a lot lower than the ones that we just planned for, the ones that reported after hours and have some levels already planned. Tomorrow morning I'll just have to adjust my levels a little bit based on the pre-market action, but based on but for the stocks that are reporting tomorrow pre-market, this is going to be a little bit of a whole different deal. First, we got to read the report in the pre-market. We have to then analyze the levels completely, because even if you analyze the levels now, the stocks most likely will move so drastically in the pre-market that those levels won't even matter, and you have to map them all over again. So I usually don't bother with names that report pre-market. I rather trade the stocks that already reported for me, and when names that reported are names like Affirm, CRM, CrowdStrike, and NVDA, they take precedence over any other name in the list. I'm sorry, they just take priority above any other name in the list as a day trader. We do have other names on the board, however, that reported sometime this week. Like today, we had ANF that reported pre-market. Even though they reported well, they sold off pretty hard. Chewy blasted to the north side into $30. Had some trouble into 30, but Chewy blasted up to the north side. Li Auto crushing to the 52-week low on a negative report. If Li Auto breaks that 52-week low, I mean, we're going to possibly all-time lows. So watching that position over there around $17.50. So a lot of names across the board that moved around today will be kept an eye on for possible day 2 opportunities, such as Chewy, such as ANF, Li Auto, and Foot Locker. But these day 2 trades are not for off the open. Off the open, I'm focusing on CrowdStrike, on NVIDIA, on CRM, on Affirm. Later on in the day, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, I'm looking at where Foot Locker is. I'm looking at where Li Auto is and all of them, and then I'm seeing if there's a possible trade on them. These are not like right off the open trades. Something to keep an eye on, because there could be a day 2 opportunity. For example, Pinduoduo has given you opportunities 3 days in a row. We talked about the short opportunity yesterday on stream. Watch for Pinduoduo to go up to $96 and reject $96. Look at what today's high was. I mean, it doesn't get harder than this, chat. It doesn't get easier than this, sorry. It can get a lot harder than this, but it doesn't get easier than this. You have a level 2 days back to back where the stock has found support in. What happens if we don't find support the next day off that level? Anyone who bought into those lows is taking exits. Anyone who hasn't shorted the stock yet and wants to short it is going to get short. Anyone who bought in all of the last few days for an investment, for a swing trade long, they're all wrong. They're all wrong, right? Where is their stop? They're gonna have to answer that question, and they had to answer it when the stock failed to hold above 96. Very simple. So look for the pop into 96. We got the pop into 96. Look for the failure to hold above 96. The stock barely spent a second above 96, right? Boom, straight to the downside, taking out yesterday's lows. I guess 96 was yesterday's lows. So pop into yesterday's lows, not able to hold yesterday's lows, flushing to an absolute new level. And now kind of doing what it did the last few days, double bottoming, double bottoming, double bottoming. Tomorrow, we could have a repetitive setup as this, where the stock actually gaps up in the pre-market, sells off into today's lows, and then bounces off of today's lows. That could be very much a setup that we get. We could also get a setup like this, where the stock does this in the pre-market, does this off the open, and then bang, does that. We could also see something like that. There is a little scare from the Chinese stocks at the moment that if President Trump wins, these stocks could have the fear of delisting all over again. BABA just recently moved all of its its repositories away from USA into Hong Kong market. So that basically means that Baba is no longer in the fear of having an issue if it delists from the American market. That's basically the idea, right? So I don't think Pinduoduo and them have done that yet. And if that fear is still looming, if President Trump actually wins again, let's actually go check what the poly market is saying. Yo, can we do this, Olivier? This would be pretty cool to bet on. Trump in jail before election day, 4% chance. Okay, so the odds have swayed back to Trump's favor. Swayed back to Trump's favor. What does this mean? I always see these charts. So these are basically telling you that some of these states are mainly blue, or some of these states are mainly red. Like, how do they know that? Is that Alaska? Alaska's not down there, is it? Isn't Alaska up here? Am I tripping? Is my geography that bad? Isn't Alaska up here? And isn't Hawaii down here? Is my geography that bad? Newsom, 0. Biden, 0. That's probably because they dropped out, obviously. There was a point where Harris was higher than Trump, but now Trump kind of superseding her again. Votes based on where you are located. They move it down to make it more compact. Ah, okay. I was gonna say, my geography is not that bad, dude. Like, I know Alaska is up here, and I know Hawaii is down here. It's not that fucking bad. I have a feeling that campaigns are pumping some amount of money into this as it becomes a relevant stat. I don't disagree with that. And wouldn't that be a good idea for stonks to kind of incorporate this? Because now you can get lobby money to support stonks. Lobby money. Money, 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 money. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Thumbnail is hilarious, bro. Peace to TraderPrad. Thank you, Piccolo-san. Yeah, I knew people would love that thumbnail today. That thumbnail was pretty smart. I originally was going to do this for a thumbnail. I was going to do Tyler Biggums. I don't know if you guys know who Tyler Biggums is. I was going to do Tyler Biggums, and I was going to put any dip buyers. Any dip buyers for NVDA? Any dip buyers for NVDA? Please, I'm itching for some dip buyers. But instead, I came up with that brilliant idea of using that booba signature, girl, to use that as thumbnail. But anyways, we were talking about, kind of fucking lost my train of thought. We're talking about, oh yeah, Pinduoduo delisting in the Chinese markets, or Chinese stocks in the American markets if Trump wins. And then we were looking at the Trump's probability of winning using poly market and so on. So obviously that's a pretty good metric to take a look at. It's becoming a pretty good stat. Poly market is becoming a pretty good stat. Imagine stonks.com becomes like that for the stock market overall. People are now using stonks.com statistics on where people are betting pre-earnings and post-earnings to get an idea of where stocks would go to. I found it actually hilarious that what's his name, Victor? That Victor said he closed some of his position on NVIDIA based on the sway meter on stonks.com for NVIDIA's bear and bulls. It's kind of hilarious if you ask me, because that meter is so fugazi for NVIDIA, because everyone's just spamming bets. Everyone's spamming bets across the board, up, down, left, right, up, down, left, right, A, B, start, select. You know, everyone's punching in the Konami cheat codes, the Contra cheat codes into NVIDIA, and the numbers are just all over the place. But he closed the position, and it was actually in the right direction for him. That was a crazy story. I personally would never do something like that, okay? I personally would never make a big financial decision like that off of a game. And the game is so not anywhere related to what's actually happening, other than the fact that the game shows you a little bit of psychology of human mentality, right? Some people were actually playing the game the right way. The right way being they're either betting on the long side or they're betting on the short side, which makes a lot of sense. You can use that as a pure metric to make decisions off of for trading. Now you're seeing pure sentiment. But then on a game like NVDA, where people like me are literally throwing in bets every dollar, every 10 cents, every 5 cents, those numbers are so fugazi and so out of whack. Making a decision out of that feels crazy. Feels crazy to me. But shout out to Victor for doing it and pulling money out of it. Pulling in money out of it. Shout out to him on that. He closed 1.5 to 2K dollars of puts. Yeah, that's insane. Shout out to him on that. Votes are okay. Not before. I have a feeling we already read that. He overestimates the average stonks user. I mean, I understand it. He comes from an investing back end, right? He comes from an investing back end, and he's not really a trader, so he doesn't know how regarded a trader really gets. He doesn't know how regarded day traders really are. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. That he oh my god, you did it. I have to do it now. Yeah, I'll do it again. Fuck. So, yeah, shout out to him. Pinduo, we kind of talked about it. Basically, if we pop into 96 and fail 96 again, beautiful short opportunity coming into play on Pinduo. Color blue. Code blue. Peloton was a great short today. I shorted Peloton. It was a great short. This was a stock that I was also talking about yesterday on stream. If you caught that with me, shout out to you. The stock was struggling to hold above $4.70. So I was able to shove the stock down to the south side below $4.70 and have some fun ride to the downside. Palantir was probably my second best trade today. I enjoyed that. However, I don't think there is a trade for the next few days. I think did I say Palantir? Peloton. However, I don't think there's a trade on this for the next few days. Let's head over to Snowflake. Didn't the cloud company report earnings today? CRM. And isn't Snowflake another cloud company basically? So since CRM moved up, maybe Snowflake popped up a little bit in the after hours? Not really. Snowflake didn't really pop up in the after hours at all. No sympathy trade over here. Is Snowflake cloud? I forget. Yeah, cloud data warehousing, kind of like what Pure Storage does and what CRM does. Isn't CRM though not cloud storage and cloud? Actually, CRM is Salesforce. I forget. CRM is cloud sales stuff. It's like Workday. It's a whole different company if I remember correctly. Now that I think about it, two different entities. Never mind. But Snow continuing to go down, pushing into the August lows. Let's see if we can take out the August lows. This is a level that I've been waiting for on Snowflake. If we push into the August lows of $108 and find some buying there could be a trade for us to play with. There could be a trade over there, and then failing to hold that level opens up a lot more downside. Keep in mind, Snowflake actually had a positive earnings report. Keep that in mind, that Snowflake actually had a positive earnings report. I want to talk about Starbucks before I go to Zoom, just so I can rub it into TH's wounds over there a little bit. TH, what happened to your baby? TH, what happened? I guess they were drinking coffee on the way up to the point where they couldn't control themselves and they shat themselves. Absolutely shit themselves. Too much coffee on the way up and no washrooms on the way down. Just shitting themselves on the way down. What happened here, TH? You actually made me lose on this trade today. I won't say you. I'm being a little clownish over here. It's not your fault, right? It's not your fault. I thought that the stock would find some buying. I tried to blind long into yesterday's VWAP, imagining that yesterday's VWAP would find some buying. That was also in my notes. That didn't work. I didn't take too much of a loss there. Later on, I got a long over here, and that long I basically had to close for break even because this stock was chopping around quite a bit. So I basically closed this long at the bottom of the day for break even, and the stock clearly went a little bit lower and popped back up. I was expecting this low to hold and for us to pop back into 96, but the the fact that we didn't even pop into 96 and started finding selling before that, I'm not sure how I feel about this. I mean, this is technically on the daily chart a failed breakout. If you ignore the fact that each candle is 1 day's worth of information, this is actually like, imagine this is a 5-minute chart, right? Imagine this is a 5-minute chart. This is actually a failed breakout. If this was the stock level that you're looking to take the breakout action on a 5-minute chart, this is a classic 5-minute chart breakout failure, right? This is where people will start to get short on this candle and use the swing high as their stop. Not saying that people are going to be doing that for a swing trade, for an investment or whatever. Fundamentally, not a good idea to short stocks that people are using on a day-to-day basis and swing that short. Not a fundamental good idea over there, right? But if you are thinking about something like that for swing trading a short on Starbucks, this is where you would start. So now I kind of don't have anything that I want to do with Starbucks. I'm gonna have to let it do what the hell it wants to do and figure it out, right? Get your shit together, put it all in one nice little bag and figure it the fuck out. What do you want to do? Do you want to go higher? Do you want to go lower? And then I could make a decision after. So right now, this whipsaw action is something that I'm going to stay away from. Obviously, you could say the market bringing it down brought it down overall. I'm going to reject that statement, TH. I'm going to deny that statement because there are stocks out there today that held their gains even though the market pulled back. If I can find one, I'll let you know. But there were stocks today that still held their gains even though the market crumbled. Starbucks obviously didn't have a day one catalyst. Starbucks didn't have a day one earnings move either. So it's not, you know, I shouldn't knock it for not finding buying on a day like today, because some of the stocks that did find buying, they were day one movers. They were day one catalyst stocks. So that makes sense, right? Maybe it wasn't day one and this is just a natural market movement bringing it down. I'll give it to you. But I will reject that statement right off the bat right now. And I will say that this is a failed breakout. This is a failed breakout of 96. I need to see the stock holding above 96 for another 3 bars at least. And if we forget that each bar over here is a day's information and just think about it as a pure technical pattern, I need to see 3 more days worth of buying above 96 for me to be bullish for a move into 99, for me to be bullish for a move above 99 to 100. Right now, the only Colombian product that sells for stupid amount of profits is not coffee. It's not coffee. If you want to buy a Colombian product and flip it, let me tell you, it's not coffee. Okay? You buy a whole different Colombian product and flip that, you're making 10 times more money, okay? 10 times more money than this Colombian product. And also that other Colombian product is way more fun. Way more fun. You get to hang out with women. You get to spend all your money. You get to wake up the next day and regret every life choice you made. And then you get to do it all over again in 2 months. That Colombian product is way better than this Colombian product. All right, jokes aside, I'm done. Coffee more addictive than cocaine. It is. Coffee is way more addictive than cocaine. That is a fact. All right. Zoom right now, sadly zooming to the downside with the overall market, but still managed to stay above $70, which is a good thing. It did take out, remember how I was talking about a change in characteristics is what we need to finally start looking for a short on Zoom. This is it. We finally took out a prior day's low on Zoom. Now you can watch to see how Zoom reacts on pops. You should not expect the stock above 72.35. If anywhere in this range Zoom pops and starts to see some rejection, you could look to start playing some shorts on that trade for a possible break of 70 and a move below 70 to $66 or something. So ideally, $70 should not hold on this position. And if 70 doesn't hold and gives it up, I think we easily move down to $66 on this stock over a swing term pattern. So watching how Zoom behaves on pops and even when it moves down to $70. The next stock, Palantir. Palantir broke below 30 today and then bounced right off of that 29.83 pretty hard. 29.75 is actually today's low. So pretty good bounce on Palantir. We were actually looking for this long, but I did not focus on Palantir today, so I missed this long. Now, the idea is keep an eye on it, keep a tracker on it. If Palantir continues to find buying above 29.80, above 30, there could be some okay long opportunities, but this is not like a day trade anymore. You are kind of looking for these longs in a swing trader's mindset, because the day trading volatility for Palantir is dying down. The volume for Palantir is dying down. So it's almost not as significant of a day trade anymore, but you can still manage to get some good wins if you're being patient and you're waiting for the dips, right? Wait for the dips, be patient, get in on the lows, and if the lows hold, you get a good asymmetrical risk to reward opportunity to play out with. So Palantir, not something that I would remove from the list, but also not something as high on the priority. Upstart looking like it wants to get back below $41, and the day Upstart does that, that opens up the downside for UPST that I guess everyone has been kind of waiting for. So watching how Upstart behaves below $41, and if Upstart continues to hold 41, that's going to be insane. ASTS actually moved down to 27 pretty easily today. So now ASTS is getting into that zone where you're looking for failure to follow through. So that $32 area was significant, and we managed to clear 32 properly, get below 32 properly for the first time now. Now on any pops into 32, the stock should find selling. Ideally, we don't want to see the stock even above today's high, which is $30.60, but I'm going to say 32. That's the level. Yesterday's low was 30.50, today's high was 30.60. So once again, ideally, you don't want to see the stock above 30.50, 30.60, but above 30.60, you have that a little bit more significant level at $32. So that $2 range, if you can find pops to short into that $2 range, I think ASTS has a big room back to $14 at the very least on a swing term scale, and that's what some of the short sellers in this area are leaning to do. They are planning to ride the shorts from this area all the way back down. That's how the games in the small cap systems work. Talking about small cap systems, let's go to WTO. Shout out to Alpha Relapse. Is that his name? Alpha Relapse, I think. Alpha Exchange. Shout out to Alpha Exchange. These guys trade crypto, I guess, all day long. 234 viewers is insane. 234 viewers is insane. How do I get 230? Oh, wait. I just remembered. This is not concurrent viewers, is it? That's not concurrent viewers. That's total views for the session that the stream has been on. Right. This is probably concurrent viewers. Right now, there's 31 people logged into the website, and most of them are on the home page. So we have total views of 17, I guess. Free advice, guys. We're talking about some WTO too. Okay. And I talked him into it. He's in WTO with me. You are all about these small cap names that got destroyed, eh? You are all over these small cap names that got destroyed. 28 million float. 392 million float. No PE at all. Drops from $2 to 8 cents. What makes you go long? What makes you go long on these? I'm not asking you in a condescending way. I just want to learn. Like, isn't that at all-time low? If you're looking for a pop tomorrow and you're gonna get out on that pop and that's the play, that's actually genius. But if you're looking for the stock to go back to $1, that's regarded. That's regarded. If you're looking for the stock to go back to $1, That is super regarded. But if you're just playing this to just kind of catch the bounce off of it and hope that the stock opens up higher the next day, that's not a bad play. That's not a bad play at all. I mean, look, what's the worst that can happen? You lose 5 cents per share? What's the worst that can happen? You lose 5 cents per share? You lose 10 cents per share? And the stock goes to zero? The stock can't go to negative, right? It can't go to negative. Actually, I wonder if a stock goes to zero, do we even have to pay for the shares? Can you just take the whole float for $0? That would be insane. Just soak up the whole float at $0 and squeeze the fuck out of the stock. That would be insane. That would be insane. Yeah, I mean, look, this stock could easily not open tomorrow at all and just delist. Wouldn't that be a fear? Wouldn't that be a fear for you? But this is the game over here that the small caps play, okay? This is the game that small caps play, and that's why I don't really trade small caps as much. For example, Palantir has a billion float. A billion float. Now it's 2 billion. Let me correct myself. 2 billion float. NVIDIA has a 24 billion float. Okay, what that means is supply, demand. The market moves in very simple way. There is a supply, which is a set number of shares that the market can offer you, and then there's a demand, which is there's no set amount on demand. Demand can vary depending on the stock's environment, on the company's environment, on the market environment. Demand changes at all times. Sometimes demand goes higher than supply, which takes the stock higher. Sometimes demand goes lower than supply, which takes the stock lower. You guys know basic economics, supply and demand, right? So when stocks such as UBXG and WTO, whose supply is already very little, right? Their stock price is very low. Their supply is already very low. People such as myself, I shouldn't say myself because I only have 1 million buying power. People who have multi-million buying power can come in and buy the whole float. That's called soaking. They soak up the whole float. They restrict the float. And that way, when short sellers are trapped, they now have to punch higher. The stock keeps on going higher. Them kind of creating this game by restricting the flow. They take the stock higher. People see the stock go up and they go, this is stupid. The stock doesn't make any money. The random no-name company, why is it going higher? Short sellers pile in. Those short sellers get proven wrong by the person who's playing the game, by the pump and dumper, right? He is holding the stock higher and higher and higher, not letting the short sellers escape. And then whenever that person feels like, you know, the time is right, I want to take my money, he just slams down the orders, slams down the bids, and all of the pool is now right back into the market, dumped onto the people who were kind of coerced into this dream that the stock can go into $2,000. This could be the next GME. This could be the next HKD, right? So people just kind of buy into this dream, into this hype, and they get trapped on this move, and then boom, the rugs get pulled. And when the rugs get pulled, you barely have a chance to get out. You barely have a chance to get out. I mean, look at that rug pull on this stock. Starts in after hours, pops in pops in regular trading hours, more trap, right? Look how on this day for UPXG, for example, here's a pretty good example. We open at $1.20. A bunch of people in my office actually caught this long. They got the long on that very same day on the prop accounts and even on their personal accounts, and they rolled it for the next day. Notice how the next day the stock basically opened and came right back to their average prices, right? So yeah, there could be a pop, but you should be very careful about that pop, man. I mean, that pop could easily get pummeled right back. these pops at this point is only for people to take more shares. If you are short somewhere here, 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 you are short here, you are short here, you are short here, you are short here. Every single day that the stock pops up and fails to hold previous day's levels, right? For example, right here, this was the day where it halted, popped up, right? Any day it fails to hold previous day's levels, that is called a failure to follow through. You see how it pops up, fails to follow through, boom, gets rejected, back down, right? Failure to follow through. This is the level, this is the play that IU, Investors Underground, talks about very specifically on the small caps. When a stock like ASTS, for example, this is now getting ready to get the rugs pulled upon it. If 30 bucks breaks, which it did, 32 was the main level, but let's say 30. If 30 bucks breaks, which it did, and if we now start holding under 30 on any pop, that's a failure to follow through. You can see how we actually go down, pop up, no more buying above 30, right back down, right back down. That's the setup over there that I always love to look for, but I'm still very new at it. I'm still very new to small caps. I'm a large cap guy. I'm a earnings guy. I'm a large cap guy. I don't really play small caps as much, but I know the games that happen over there. That's part of the reason why I stay away from it, because you can't rug pull me on NVIDIA. If NVIDIA, quote unquote, is getting rug pulled, then there's a bigger problem in the market that you and I need to worry about. There's a much bigger problem in the market. Probably bombs are going off across the world. Russia probably just dropped a nuke on some country, and the whole market's crashing. That's a whole bigger problem than you have to worry about, oh my god, my NVIDIA is crashing. You have to worry about nuclear fallout, right? So I don't have to worry about those type of things on large cap. That's why I stick with large cap. However, when it comes to WTO, like I mentioned, I do like that play. You're basically playing for the stock to go to zero or not to go to zero. You're playing under over $0. You're playing under over $0, and I do think you can get an easy 10% pop on this in pre-market. Make sure you're keeping an eye on this in pre-market for me, please. I don't want you to take damage on this. I don't want you to get hurt. Keep an eye on this in the pre-market. You might get a chance to get a good chunk of your size out in pre-market. And if the stock starts to look weaker going into the open, I would like for you to close your position. Once again, I am not a financial advisor. Anything I say, take it with a grain of salt. I'm just trying to give you my 2 cents. You do whatever you want. You're the one who's pushing the buttons at the end of the day. I don't want to be blamed for it in case you do miss out on a move into $2. I don't want to be blamed for it. Okay? But good luck tomorrow. I wish you the best. I think there is a 10% pop opportunity here without a doubt. But then again, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about when it comes to small caps at all. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about when it comes to small caps. Speaking of which, Bitcoin fell. This guy actually trades Bitcoin all day, man. This guy trades Bitcoin all day and a bunch of other cryptocurrencies too. And his knowledge on Bitcoin is actually vast. I like what he says about Bitcoin. I personally don't have a vast knowledge in Bitcoin, mainly because I don't care to learn about it. Angry Buddha has gotten mad at me multiple times in his life about my ignorance in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. It happens. People get mad at me all the time. It's their right to do so. He has a ton of automations. I mean, these are just alerts. These are not... This is automated trades. Are these trades automated? I think these are just alerts for him. These are not automated trades, are they? But I wouldn't doubt it if he has automations. I wouldn't doubt it if he has automations. He looks like a pretty smart kid. Not sure how old he is either, but he looks like a pretty smart kid. Would love to get to know him. I think I already told you this, Oliver. I want to host a podcast with all the content creators from stonks.com about once a month, maybe bi-weekly, once a month or so. We hold a big podcast with all the top streamers, and we have some fun. We have some fun, shoot the shits, talk about the market, talk about random shit, and we throw it up on YouTube at the end of the day. We stream on stonks and we throw it up on YouTube at the end of the day. We create our nice little niche group over here, and then we promote each other to help each other get bigger, man. We help each other's communities get bigger. We help each other's communities get to know each other. We form one big giant unit of a community known as stonks.com, and we take over everything else out there on YouTube, on Twitter, on everything else. Technically, you are at the end of the day. Technically, you are at the end of the day. What am I? Technically, I am at the end of the day what? Technically, I am at the end of the day a financial advisor, but not for you. I am not a financial advisor for you. Technically, I am a financial advisor, but for myself. Pour moi. Pour moi. Is that how you say it in French? Pour moi. Or is pour Spanish? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? How do you say it in French? Is Dieter not in chat today? Why do you guys try to get in talks about maybe merging with Wall Street Bets or something, or buy it and do it yourselves? I think Wall Street Bets is a bunch of absolute idiots, and you don't want to be mixed with these guys. I honestly, when stonks.com reached out to me, what the fuck? Since when does Wall Street Bets post all of this shit? What the fuck? Did they build this? This is pretty cool. I've never seen this on Wall Street Bets before. But no, this is absolute idiots. Like you don't want to mix these communities. And as I was saying, when stonks.com first reached out to me, I thought it was an absolute scam. Okay, a beautiful woman reached out in my DMs and asked me if I wanted to join some random company. Usually when that happens, it's a scammer using a girl's picture, and they're pretending to be a girl so they could scam the shit out of you. So I thought I was getting scammed first. I said, fuck this, what is this bullshit? I'm not getting scammed. Then I did my own research. I found out that that girl actually works at that company. I found out that the company is legitimate. Then I googled the CEOs. I found out that the CEOs actually created Streamlabs and everything. So all of that made a lot more sense. I was like, okay, this could be something. This company could actually be something legitimate, and I want to be part of it. So I signed up for it. But originally when I saw stonks.com and when I saw that logo, I was so ready to not bother with you guys, not bother with you at all, because you don't want to be tied to these idiots. You simply don't want to be tied to these idiots. This community is cancer to trading. It's cancer to trading. And I'm sorry. Maybe not. I'm not sorry. Some of these guys actually post amazing value and amazing content, but most of them are absolute regards. You don't want the communities to mix with each other like this. You will ruin stonks.com. Right now, the way stonks.com culture is, it is picture perfect. It is picture perfect. The people who actually trade, the people who actually know what they're talking about, minus me, the people who actually know what they're talking about are on this platform. Their communities are on this platform, and all of those communities at the moment are super laser focused on only doing one thing, which is getting better at trading. Wall Street Bets is focused on one thing only: YOLOing your portfolios. I don't want that. I don't want that on this community. Sadly, we already have that a little bit because of these games. But I understand the point of this game also. The point of this game is to bring people in. It's a retention tool. It's a retention tool, and it's a tool that also makes people keep them coming back. Also, this should probably get fixed, right? This should go back to 5 now. It's no longer 25. Shh, says Oliver. But yeah, this is a retention tool, so I understand that point of it. Okay, let me quickly go through some stocks. It's 9:30 p.m. Almost time to head to bed over here. Let me quickly go through some more stocks. Let me find some levels on some of these plays that I might be interested in. NU, what did you do? I actually did watch NU today, but I didn't trade it. Starbucks, we talked about it. MSTR, I mean, every day MSTR just gives you the cleanest setups, chat. The cleanest setups. Rejects VWAP, rejects VWAP, rejects VWAP, rejects VWAP. Maybe not here. So for the past few days, ever since Bitcoin has been pulling back, MSTR has been that easy money trade. I did make money on MSTR yesterday. I kind of forgot to trade MSTR today. So watching MSTR tomorrow for sure. Kind of trading it off of Bitcoin patterns overall. Watching SMCI. So let's talk about SMCI real quick. We didn't really talk about SMCI too much other than the fact that, yeah, they sold off a little bit because the Hindenburg report. That was a pretty bearish report, right? They were talking about the company stuffing their books. They were the accountants were cooking like the chefs in a Panda Express, right? The accountants were cooking like the chefs in Panda Express. They were flipping the walks. I wanna play this meme here. Hold up. Maybe I need to download this meme in the green screen. Was this the one? No, this wasn't the one. Where's the meme? Where's the legendary meme? There it is. The legendary walk flip over here. They're just flipping that walk, cooking them books, stuffing the numbers. And surprisingly enough, the people who cooked the books got fired and then rehired by SMCI. So that was in the report by Hindenburg. And then today they came out in the pre-market saying they're going to be delaying their 10K form. I am actually going to go Google what a 10K form is real quick. Comprehensive report filed annually by the public traded company. It's about financial performance and required by the US. Oh, so it's a fucking earnings. So they delayed their earnings after this. That's crazy. So they get caught day before about cooking their books. The next day they come out and they say, oh yeah, we're not going to post our earnings report anymore on the day that we were going to. We're going to delay it. Let us cook our books a little bit more, or uncook our books. Let me take the salt away from the recipe, and then we'll give you just bland rice afterwards. So they're now trying their best to uncook the rice and give you bland rice. But sorry, the books have been cooked already. The dish was spicy, right? The dish was so spicy that you took the stock from $300 to $1,000. That's how spicy the dish was. Not even 300. I mean, where were we? We were $100 into $1,000. Okay, 500% return on this position. Cooking them books, baby. Cooking them books over here. And now finally getting caught. Man, what a story here. What a story on SMCI. Booba indeed, chat. Booba indeed. If I've ever seen a chart that deserves booba more than this, I have not. So SMCI looking for more continued failures. This was pretty heavy, but we did manage to bounce off of 390, off of 400 pretty well. So you know, watching the stock, I don't have any clear plans what I want to do with this yet. I'm going to be waiting to see how pre-market sets up. I took a pretty decent loss on this one today. I'll be honest with you. I've never lied to you guys, and I don't think today will be the day. I took a pretty decent loss on this stock today. I tried to short right here. Stupid me. My first trade on SMCI was here. After SMCI pops, consolidates in this range, and then pops into VWAP and then gets stuffed back down, I go, oh, that's a fail pop. That's a failed pop. Let me get short. You know, usually that's a failed pop and the stock goes back to low a day or even lower. but it did not do that in this case. So I took a pretty decent sized loss on this trade. Before this trade, I was actually green on the day. After this trade, I turned red on the day, sadly. Had I given the very same risk that I gave on this trade over here, that would have been $100 per share, was it? No, 500 was not here. It's over here. Sorry, over here. Had I given that very same risk that I gave over here, that would have been a $100 per share trade winner today. $100 per share. Even if you have 10 shares and you risked $10 per share on this position near 500, you would have made $1,000 on 10 shares for risking $100. Okay, 10:1 risk to reward. Had I decided to do over here instead of doing it over here, my day would have been completely different. Sadly, I went full regard and I decided my first trade on SMCI is going to be on this fail pop of VWAP. Oh well, I'm not too mad at it. My manager, which was the best part, my manager wasn't too mad at me for losing on this trade, which was actually the best part. That was my highlight of my day because he said, that's an okay trade to take. I understand why you took it. I'm pretty happy off of that point, okay? NVIDIA ending all year at 169.69 by end of year. That's it, dude. Says some washed up manager at a garbage floor. I mean, if you want me to be honest with you, here's what happened. Look, my first bet on NVIDIA today on the prediction game, which honestly I don't see why you don't play this, Wayne Wanger. This is free money. Look how much money I've made so far. In 1 week, I've made $45 for doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. $45, okay? And here's my predictions for NVIDIA. I want to show you my 169.69 prediction. Where is it? I made it, and that landed me 24,533rd place. 24,533rd place. You can see how I basically went every dollar. 169.69, 168.69, 167.69, 166.69, and I did that all the way down to even 99.69, 169. I just went full crazy, and I managed to make 88 cents about 30 to 40 times, which ended up giving me $30 today for free. And tomorrow we do it on Bell. I already made my predictions for, did I say Bell? Sorry, on Dell. I already made my predictions on Dell. My predictions right now are 122, 100, 124.51, and 98.61. I will be making more predictions tomorrow around 340, 345 or so. Just before the close, I'll be making 2 more predictions just so you guys know. Keeping it transparent. But Wayne Wanger, the #1 trader in the world, says NVIDIA to 169.69 by the end of the year. Let's see if we actually bounce tomorrow. I'm interested for the long. I already talked about this. Let's see if we actually bounce tomorrow. Now, let's actually go to the large cap ETFs real quick. The QQQs and the SPYs, obviously very weak today and yesterday. For the past few days, the market has been showing us breaking previous days lows trend. We've been breaking previous days lows for 3 days in a row now, which is actually completely opposite to what we were doing on the way up. So the characteristics are forming for a pattern move down. NVIDIA's earnings report obviously took the market right to the downside. If NVIDIA holds up and moves back up, what if NVIDIA actually turns green tomorrow? NVIDIA is red in the after hours, but what if NVIDIA turns green tomorrow? Shouldn't that take QQQ right back into today's close or today's lows? And if NVIDIA finds buying after turning green, shouldn't that take QQQ higher? So at this point, having too much of a bias based on the market, I feel like you're asking to get hurt. What I also noticed at a quick glance is we're actually holding this Thursday's low right now on the QQQ, and obviously giving up that Thursday's low opens up a little bit of a gap room, which is about almost $5 to the downside. So we can all easily gap down $5 and close that gap, right? Close that gap by moving down $5 on a failure to stay above 470 on the Qs. That's gonna be your under over, basically. That's gonna be your under over on the Qs. On the rest of the Mag 7, such as Apple, Amazon. Amazon was a pretty good short today. I shorted Amazon on the failure to hold above 174. This was a level that I was talking about last night on stream right there, 174. If you zoom in on the hourly chart, you can see how 174 was actually a gap up low, right? We gapped up, and then that was the bottom of that day. For quite some days, about 2 to 3 days, we were above 174, and then yesterday we managed to get below 174 and then use 174 as a resistance on the hourly chart. I figure if we open today, go into 174 and don't find buying above 174, there's an easy money short at the very least to 172, and if the market's weak, even more past 172. That's exactly how it played out. I waited for the stock to pop up off the open. It failed to stay above 174. It didn't even manage to go to 174. So on the way down, I got short on the break below 173, and I basically rode it all the way down to 170. I got out over here. I did not hold it for that big move down there. I got out over here, and my trade was done. 173 to 170. Clean little short opportunity. Make a plan. And if the stock is showing you what you want to see according to your plan, push your chips all in. Push it, right? Push your chips. So look for these stocks on the hourly chart. This is a cheat trick, not cheap, a cheat trick that my manager taught me, something that I almost never used before until I started working at this office. The 60-minute chart. Look at the large caps, or really any stock on the 60-minute chart. You will see levels a lot cleaner than you will kind of see it on the daily chart. Levels look a lot cleaner on the hourly chart, in my opinion, at the very least, than the daily chart. At least for a day trader. It's all opinions at the end of the day. All opinions. So Apple, you can see how Apple was holding above 228 yesterday after we got above it. Today we tried to rally above 228 into 230. We failed to take out 230. Apple gets below 228. And then the rest of the day, what is the barrier? 228. So very similar idea once again. Previous resistance turned into support, turning into resistance again. That's what Amazon did. That's what Apple is doing. Watching how Apple plays now, under over 228. If the market's weak, Apple should not be able to go above 228. If the market's strong, Apple should be able to go above 228 and should be strong enough to go to 230, because that was the level that we struggled at for the past few days. And if the market's really strong, Apple could be able to take out 230 for an even higher move up north, right? Could be able to take out that 230 for an even higher move up north. So watching Apple near 228 as a very simple under over. Amazon 174 no longer in play, but if we do pop up into 170 or 174, you got some opportunities to make a decision. Amazon also pretty much back into previous supports. So in this area, pushing a short down here is regarded. Okay, if you are taking a short into 168, into 167.50, that's stupid. The only time you should be looking short is if Amazon gets below 167.50 and is finding selling under 167.50. Okay, this is the only point where you look short on Amazon at this point, or you wait for the pops. You don't make decisions in the middle of the range. That is stupid. Google, not a stock to day trade in my opinion. Very ugly day trade position. Microsoft, I'm not a big fan to day trade it also. Meta, looking like it's setting up for a possible breakdowns. Look at that level right there around 514. We've actually moved that level past 514 to 513, 512.70 right now. 512.50 is today's low. So that level has kind of moved back and forth a little bit. Realistically, the level is 510. Right? Realistically, the level is 510. So you have a little bit more room here that Meta could bounce around in. But the second we fail to hold around this area, Meta, which has been the strongest Magnificent 7 stocks, the strongest of the Mag 7, could find some weakness in it. John asking me if we have any IPO tomorrows. I don't think we have any IPOs for the rest of the week, John. I don't believe we have any IPOs that we care about for the rest of the week. Wait a minute. That's today? Did we miss that? Oh no, that was... Fuck! That was today? Oh, it's tomorrow. Okay. So there is an IPO here. Decently sized. But that looks like an acquisition corp. Priced at $10. Usually stocks that are priced at $10 are acquisition corps. SPACs, reverse mergers. Yeah, it also has a 5 ticker letter in it. That's a SPAC. I don't think we should care about this at all. That could very well be a SPAC. I thought this was a big IPO, but it's only a $10 million offer amount. The month is coming to an end. I don't think we should be worrying about IPOs going into the month end. But let's just quickly go read what this is. What was the ticker? Can you guys remind me? G-I-G-G-U. Gigu. 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 That sounds so Indian, bro. Gigu. No info. No info at all. Yeah, I don't know if this is a real company. There we go. Blank check company, private to public equity company. It's a SPAC merger, reverse SPAC merger. Not sure who they plan to acquire, what they plan to acquire. Eventually, they'll acquire something. There we go. We're intending to focus on companies in the TMT, AI, machine learning, cybersecurity, medtech, semiconductor, and sustainable industries. So basically, any company that will say yes to your scam. That's what you're saying. You're saying any company that will say yes to our scam will take you on board and we will launch you into the market. That's what they're saying. Not an IPO that we should care about at all. Not significantly the slightest. Coming back to the Magnificent 7, just gonna keep surfing through the rest of them. Tesla 211 is still very, very hard to get above today. And if you shorted 211, you got to move right back to previous supports into 205, 202 even, 202. So Tesla 211 was still a level. I was watching it reject 211 today, but I did not make a decision. That was pretty regretful. Instead, I decided to trade Amazon, which was probably the stupid call because Tesla was the higher ATR, the more volatile position, more volume on the day. So possibly should have watched Tesla instead of Amazon. But honestly, I'm gaining more confidence when it comes to trading some of these positions now because of the new trading rules and the new trading regimes that my managers have put in place for me. So I'm gaining more confidence playing these levels. That's why I played Amazon the way I did today. I bullied Amazon. I did not care about what Amazon had to say against me. I just bullied Amazon. So that felt really good bullying Amazon. It felt really good bullying Peloton also. Peloton at some times today looked like it wanted to go back higher and scare me out of my shorts, but nope, never did I get scared. I bullied it to the downside, so that was a good trade too. So the confidence is coming back for me, but I'm still a little shaky from my past experiences from my Trader TV live days. You know, I still have a lot of trauma from that Trader TV live days, man. Me being a host on that show, not properly knowing how to trade and then pretending to know how to trade to tons of viewers, and then obviously all the other stuff that happened with Trader TV kind of made me feel like I don't know how to trade anymore, and I bought into that mentality that I don't know how to trade. But now I'm unlocking everything that I already knew, and the confidence is building back. So the TraderPrad is coming back, people. The TraderPrad you once knew, the TraderPrad that went long DWAC at $80 and got out at $180 is coming back, people. He's coming back. Stay tuned. Stay tuned, okay? I don't even know if you guys remember that move. What the? Where's that move? What in the world? Did they delete that move? Or am I forgetting the move? Did it not halt into 80 and open at 175? Am I forgetting it? No, that's exactly what happened. I don't know anymore. Anyways, that was a good trade, man. That was a good trade. Oh, I missed that Prad. But he's coming back, people. That Prad is coming back, and he's come back strong as ever, baby. Strong as ever. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is today's watch list. Or sorry, tomorrow's watch list. Mainly focused on NVIDIA, CrowdStrike, CRM, and Affirm. We also have a little bit of sprinkles of stocks that reported throughout this week, like Pinduoduo, Li Auto at that 52-week low. I expect 52-week low to hold. But if that 52-week low doesn't hold, Li Auto has a lot of trouble to the downside. So watch that one without doubt. Tomorrow we have a couple other companies reporting in the pre-market: Best Buy, Dollar General, American Eagle, Burlington, Birkenstock. Those are the names that I have on my watch list for the pre-market reporters. But the chance that I trade these names over these names are very low. The chance that I trade these names over these names are very low. So looking forward to absolutely abuse Pure Storage, Affirm, CrowdStrike, and NVIDIA. Not sure if it's the long side or the upside, but I can't wait to touch them. I can't wait to touch these stocks tomorrow. Either I get touched or they get touched. Somebody's getting touched, okay? Somebody's getting touched. All right. Economic calendar for the last thing for the night. We finally have a little bit of a busy economic calendar here. So for the past few days, we kind of had a nothing burger economic calendar. Not any big events that could kind of move the market, but tomorrow, bunch of numbers coming out at 8:30, and then obviously we got Fed members right before close giving their comments about whatever the hell they're giving their comments on, and then we got a couple bill auctions. So keep an eye out for 8:30. We got events like continuing jobless claims, GDP numbers, goods trade balances, initial jobless claims. I think S&P numbers are also coming out. Oh no, that's over here. Sorry, Michigan numbers, PCE numbers are on Friday, and then obviously Thursday we got a bunch of numbers coming out over here. So Thursday, Friday, pretty active economic board for us. We also have FOMC coming up in about 2 weeks or so. FOMC in about 3 weeks. So it's 18th September FOMC. That's going to be the rate decision that everyone's been waiting for patiently. Last time we checked, there was exactly the same 65% probability that we're getting a 25 beeps rate cut, and a 34.5 probability that we're getting a 0.5 beeps rate cut, or 50 beeps rate cut. BPS, beeps, for anyone wondering. And that is basically all she wrote for today. That was a long stream. We just got to chess. And we're already at 9:53 for the night. Already at 9:53. Fuck it. Damn, someone was hacking? Imagine hacking in chess, bro. How bad do you have to be to hack in chess? That's crazy. That is crazy. How bad do you have to be in hack in chess? Oh my god. That's crazy. That's crazy. Have a great night, Brad. See you tomorrow. Yes, John. Catch you later. Keep in mind that I do stream here Monday to Thursday, 8 p.m. and then Sunday 6 p.m. every single day, Monday to Thursday 8 p.m. If you want to talk about stocks that report earnings tomorrow, make sure you tune in for that. Tomorrow is also the last stream of the week, so tune in 8 o'clock tomorrow. Have some fun over there. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Shout out to my affiliate sponsors, Benzinga, Trade Ideas, TraderSync. Use code PRAD15 to get 15% off in the checkout. Also, shout out to stonks.com. Make sure you make an account on stonks.com ASAP. If you need a referral link, I'm going to post it right now in all of my chats. Make sure you make an account, because very soon that is going to be my only go-to streaming platform. I won't be streaming on other platforms, so if you enjoy what we do over here on the TraderPrad world, make sure you create an account on stonks.com so you can continue watching me. Otherwise, it's going to be rest in pepperoni for you on the YouTube side, ladies and gentlemen. So make an account. Hurry up, make an account. FYI, a chess player was recently arrested for poisoning a chess piece of her opponent. I saw that. That was a female. A female chess player got caught poisoning the table, but by what? Mercury? She was putting mercury on the table, and that actually got the chess player sick a little bit, and you know, they were feeling ill. That is messed up, dude. And how about that chess player who had anal beads up his butt? Someone was remote controlling anal beads, giving him signals on how to play, sitting behind a computer that was using AI to analyze the best move next. How bad do you have to be to cheat at chess, man? Ridiculous. Can't you just accept that you suck? And you suck? Like, you have to cheat? What's wrong with you? It makes money? What, cheating on chess makes money? How? How does cheating on chess make you money? The fuck? I have to cheat to beat my son, says Crypto. That's sad, Crypto. That is sad. Oh, tournament. Ah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. That actually makes sense. I saw that come in. Stonks chess tournament, 10 tickets to buy in. I actually like that. Me likey. Me likey. I like that. 10 am I just getting wrecked here? That's dead. Surprised he didn't take that. I'm getting wrecked. This is a horrible game, chat. What in the fuck was that game? What the hell was that game? Okay, that never happened. This is our first game, just so you know, that never happened. You're crazy for this one. People are loving the thumbnail today. People are loving the thumbnail. Everyone everywhere that I know is calling me either crazy or funny or you know, you're insane for that thumbnail. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. This is why I want to use my own thumbnails on stonks.com instead of you know, previewing, and then if they hover over the thumbnail like YouTube, they get to actually see the preview. I want to use my thumbnail making skills to have a better place window and a better discovery opportunity for viewers. You know, I want to have the thumbnail, man. Look at my awesome thumbnails, okay? You cannot deny my thumbnails. You probably have not seen my thumbnails, and you need to. What the fuck? Hey, we won our game, chat. We won the game. I guess we took too long and he got pissed off and he just quit. We won the game. That's the only thing that matters. We won the game. Okay. I want to show you my thumbnails, because if you haven't seen my thumbnails, hold up. These won't even do you justice. Let's do it in a proper way. Let's do it in a proper way. And also, TH, guess what? Had I actually taken your bet about the Ferrari thing, I would have won, because I actually went back through all my thumbnails. There was not a single trace of Ferrari in there, okay? I honestly prefer previews. Thumbnails are misleading. How? How are thumbnails misleading, brother? Well, I mean, yeah, people might be, you know, trying to clickbait the thumbnail like how I do, but I actually clickbait the thumbnail the right way, in my opinion, okay? Not after you delete it then. No, I didn't delete a single thumbnail, brother. Don't fault me for that. Look at this thumbnail. This is legendary. This is the point where in the movie Oppenheimer, where they're actually dropping the bomb, the little bomb, and they are testing it. So all of them put on sunscreen, they put on glasses, and this is me basically putting on sunscreen on the glasses, getting ready for the NVIDIA's earnings report the next day. That's the idea behind it. Look at this, Jimmy Kimmel, but it's my face, and it's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? 69, 69, 69, 69. Come on, guys. Yeah, I'm so funny. These ones are whatever. These are usually the CEOs of the company, but things like this, like is the price right? The price is right. So this is the stonk is right. This is once again CEO. Warren Buffett in Ulta Beauty. Come on, that's genius. This is the CEO. Trade or no trade. Imagine making a game show like this for stonks. Okay, imagine making a game show like this where we literally have stonks in suitcases, and people come up and they go trade or no trade. Okay, trade or no trade. Look at this one, Wolverine and Deadpool. Turkish shooter. Come on, Turkish shooter. Hand in my pocket. Underdog taking silver. Come on, dude. Accounting fraud manager. Super micro. Alex Karp over here. I mean, I could go for days, boys. Call me Prad Zuckerberg. I am the reptile. This is the AMD CEO, Cheech Tommy Chong. This is from War Dogs, the movie War Dogs. I don't know if you've seen that one. This was when it was my birthday. CrowdStrike CEO. This was after CrowdStrike fucked up big time. Joe Biden. Joe Rogan. That's funny. Joe Biden, Joe Rogan. Who is this? This is the TSM CEO. That's right. The Rock, Trump. Oh, I have some real good Trump ones. I have some really good Trump ones. Luka Doncic. Father's Day. Pursuit of Happiness. Come on now. Elon Musk. This was probably my only thumbnail where I didn't have my face. I had the CEOs of the 3 companies that reported that day. Jerome Powell with guns pointed at my portfolio. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Jerome Powell. No, not This is Jamie Dimon printing money. JPM CEO Jamie Dimon printing money. Now that's genius. Now that's genius. Oh, I love this one. I love this one. This one was well made. Bag boys. Bag boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when the stocks fall on you? Bag boys. Roaring Kitty, the king, Trump when he got indicted. Come on, dude. These are classic. Flaming Hot Chips when NVIDIA reported earnings. Flaming Hot Chips. I'm a genius. Come on now. This is my favorite one. This is my favorite one ever. Favorite thumbnail I've ever created. Hands down. And if I can, you know, get a hairstyle like that going, my hair right now is fugly, dude. Fugly. I've been debating if I want to grow my hair, if I want to keep it short, if I want to go to the barber. And every day I wake up and I think I'm going to go to the barber, and by the midday I go, nope, I want to grow my hair. So this is the picture why I keep battling in my head, because I feel like if I can grow my hair like that, there would be a line outside of women waiting for me, okay? This one's a good one too, bro. I like this one. Kingdom of the Planet of the Prads. Not the Planet of the Apes, but the Planet of the Prads, because Prad is the biggest ape of them all. The biggest ape of them all. I like this one. Fallout. Luka. I think out of any sports player, I think the most I've used is Luka Doncic. And it's crazy how close the faces look. That actually looks like Luka Doncic if you think about it, but it's my face. Him. Imagine if my face swapped over here instead of over here. That would have been hilarious. I'm so glad it didn't. Master Chef Gordon Ramsay. This was when QQQ was being held up by Alphabet and Microsoft back in the day, but now that's completely changed. Now it should say NVIDIA and then NVIDIA, and it should basically show you how NVIDIA dropped the weights. Alright, I'm trying to show you that there is not a single trace of Ferrari. Oh, I love this one. Make DWAC great again. Okay, where's the Ferrari? This one was pretty good. This one was pretty good. I forgot I used this guy's face. That's my Twitter picture right now. I need to possibly make a new one. I'm bored of this Twitter picture. I need to use someone's new face. This one was crazy. I debated to use this one hard. If you know whose face this is, I debated so hard to use this picture. I did not want to use this picture at all. But somebody told me to go ahead and do it. Who cares? I was like, fine, I'll do it. But I did not want to use this picture at all. Somebody said, go for it, whatever. I did it. This one's funny. Davey Day Trader. See, where's the Ferrari? This one's pretty cool. This one was for Halloween. Here's Pratty. Why don't I get creative like this? Like, this one was creative. Like, I actually fully edited like a bunch of things on this. I put in work on that thumbnail. Winter is coming. That one was pretty good. Okay, where's Ferrari, TH? Where's the Ferrari? This one was also pretty well made. I liked making this one. This one was fun to make. This one was my first official thumbnail that I kind of used from like a movie or from a TV show. This one felt good to make. And now these just repeat thumbnails. These were the thumbnails before I started getting creative with my thumbnails. Look how boring these thumbnails were. Right? Yeah, they're uniform, but they're so boring. Like, there's uniformity in there, and the only thing that changes are basically the stocks that I was kind of talking about. But I don't know. I like my creativeness now than before. Jeffrey Epstein. That's right. Okay, boys. 10:10. 2.5 hours. Well, 2 hours and 10 minutes of streaming. I think that's a good amount. Time for me to call it. It's time for me to head to bed. Wish you guys a great night. As always, I appreciate you guys taking some time out of your day, out of your night, spending some time watching your boy TraderPrad talk about stocks, talk about random stuff out there. It means the world to me. I know you much rather be spending it with your loved ones, with your family, with your kids. So when you do that, take a second or two out of your life to spend to watch me. Means the world to me. So thank you already for doing that. But if you want to do me an extra favor, please hit that like, hit that subscribe, leave a comment in the stream when the stream is offline. It creates engagement, it gets the YouTube algorithm fired up, and hopefully through that my channel gets a little bit bigger. You know, I've been dying to grow this channel, so it would help me out. It would help me out. So hit that like, hit that subscribe if you haven't already. On stonks.com, obviously you can't really hit anything, so I'll see you all at 8 o'clock tomorrow for the final stream of this week. Good night, have a great night, and have an even better trading session tomorrow. TraderPrad out. Peace, adios, sayonara, tata, goodbye. Do a raffle right now? Wait, what the fuck? Do a raffle right now? Do I even have the price pool for it? Do I even have the price pool for a raffle? Tomorrow 8 o'clock raffle? I mean, yeah, we could, I guess. We could do an 8 o'clock raffle tomorrow. But, you know, it's just gonna be you guys. This is gonna be 10 of you guys. Well, I guess it's gonna be good for you guys because you guys have a chance to win money. But, you know, whatever. We'll see. I'm okay with it. But yeah, back to Fade to Black. Goodbye. Wait, where'd the Fade to Black button go? Oh no! Oh no! Full screen, Fade to Black. Bye! Get ready for trade off get ready for the watch list for tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna bring in my big screen over here, back to another brand new week of After the After Hours with your host TraderPrad. I'm doing great. Hopefully you guys are joining me on that great side. Markets are moving around. Might just be a risk on type of day, so let's see what happens. 8 o'clock tomorrow. As you guys know, we do the stream Monday to Thursday, 8 p.m. Shout out to my affiliate sponsors, Benzinga, Trade Ideas, the #1 scanner to go to, Trader Sync, promo code down below, promo code PRAD15 to get 15% off. I will catch you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock, same time, same place. Until then, TraderPrad out. Adios.